Hello there, lads and ladies. Welcome back to another episode of the Rugby World Cup 2022 here in Aotearoa, New Zealand, where we see the hosts go up against Wales. Honestly, a bit boring. Bit of a boring game so far. It took them about 12 minutes or so for them to get underway, to get on the board. They're on 55 points now to Wales's penalty kick that they took right after New Zealand's first try. Wales have been struck with a yellow card after hit my arm. After a bit of a high tackle on New Zealand's 15.
3 or 4 lost line-outs now for Wales.
Love that she's had time to put on makeup during this important game, bless her heart. I think that'd be the last thing you want to think about. You know, you got a game against the Black Ferns ahead of you. Honestly, I managed to watch Japan take on New Zealand in the Autumn Nations, and Jesus Christ, that was a far better game than what this is right now. So far I've been seeing so many muck-ups from both sides, really, whereas Japan's just been improving day in and day out, especially against the All Blacks. Japan were able to get within like a try of beating them, unfortunately, like until the end when it went into the Reds, and unfortunately they weren't able to get to the other end of the field in time. It's a shame because the first 2 tries were disallowed by Japan. I feel like at least one of them should have been allowed. That would have actually been history for Japan to be able to beat the All Blacks. But there's always time. There's always time for the World Cup. And they've got other teams to go up against as well, really. So that'll be quite interesting to see them take on some other teams. But they were so close to beating the All Blacks, man. They were so good. Like, they had brilliant defence. Their kicking capabilities has vastly improved. So really, the Red Blossoms are the ones to watch this year if you're neutrals. Easy. They are just so entertaining to watch if you're, if you're just a neutral watcher, basically. There's an awful lot of questions on whether or not if the All Blacks are ready for this Autumn Nations. I feel like they are, but it's really hard to say, really, because if the Japanese can force a red card out of them, then you know something is wrong with the pack. I think they're 14, one of their wingers was the one that got red carded, but yeah, it wasn't nice to see, really, at the end of the day. They like entered the ruck wrong and like put a shoulder to one of the Japanese guys' heads. Not much has happened in this game so far recently either. There'll only be 2 episodes today, and then tomorrow I'll be showing another 2 episodes, because that's how it works with the quarterfinals. You got 2 teams facing one another, then another 2 teams, then another 2, then another 2. So it's the top 8 basically. And then next week it'll be the top 4, and then the week after it'll be the final.
Halfway now for the Black Ferns. Oh, little show from Tubit. Needs support.
Was that forward?
Finds Woodward, but the pass was forward.
Okay. Yeah, because they were passing, but then someone just decided to like throw it in the air, and then they jumped for it, and it went forward, unfortunately. So that's Wales's ball.
The area that Wainswick is looking at with the most
What's that song?
The game is one, can he still keep the foot on the gas?
That's a horrid song. It's girls want to have fun, but it's like distorted, so it sounds really awful. It's like, like, what the fuck, okay? Sure. Oh, same bird with the makeup on. She's done her shouldering. Lifting that mascara thing was really difficult, man. You know, I'd rather get tackled by 15 burly women than put that shit on my face. Risk another shoulder injury. Might be taking the piss, but you know, like, what you doing on a rugby field with makeup on? Like, come on now, get your priorities straight. This is why you're losing by 52 points, for fuck's sake. You got your priorities straight, girls, come on now. Hey, Cunningham, don't worry, man. You managed to make the quarters this year, so that's something. I mean, luckily managed to make the quarters, you know, with having a loss against Australia, you know, that was kind of a bullshit loss, really. I feel like with all of their red cards, you should have been able to make something of that, but here we are. You're still in the quarters, and unfortunately you're against a 5-time world champion side, so it's not easy for you, mate. Scrum to Wales now. Can they feed it properly? Yes, they can. But they're pushed back immediately. Wales do too many pick and goes. They really need to focus on the wing. Focus on the wing. There you go. Blackfern's rush defence is as good as ever. They're going back. Just going to skip forward 10 seconds because they just take way too long. New Zealand did a late tackle, so it's Wales's line out now.
Easy this test match rugby are. Far from it. The Blackburns will know they've been in a game today.
We've only made 2 metres. They're throwing back further than they're running. Oh my god, what are Wales doing? Run, then pass. Don't just pass back. Just run and pass.
Isolated there.
Taken by New Zealand.
Well off the ball. The ball had been won. Didn't need to do it, Ruby Tui. And again, it's those little moments, isn't it? You give that penalty away against France. England, you're 34.
I guess that was an illegal clean out, I suppose. Fair enough. If it was illegal, why aren't you penalising it more extensively?
I think that might be a little bit of afters potentially.
Sure,
from
I guess it's just a penalty.
Off the ball instances around that breakdown area.
Like even the women on the bleeding sideline are like, what? Where's the yellow? What?
They'll be happy with the scoreline and it is, of course they will. It's
The line out to Wales. Can they throw back further metres than they can going forward? They'll definitely try.
And put themselves in another defensive slot. So there'll be moments that the definitely look back on this game.
Run forward, run forward. They've made 1 metre from the line out line.
You imagine it'll be the same amount of intensity.
Oh, handbags, handbags, handbags. Come on, stop it! Stop it! Into the game! Get the back of the game! Oh, a little chip and chase, nice. Knocked on forward, kicked backwards by New Zealand. That's going to be a scrum for Wales. See, do shit like that more often. They can't catch. They cannot catch. Just kick the ball as high as you can. And just hope that they drop the ball. When you know one side is weak at something, exploit it. It's like with the line-out defence. New Zealand are not very good at it, depending on the team, basically. You guys sort it out, yeah, exactly. You're the captain, sort it out. They're just slapping each other. The Welsh broad on the floor, just like holding her leg, like, yeah, I got her by her ankle, I got her by her ankle. And the other one's just like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And the other one's like pulling her down, trying to slap her in the face. Oh god, it's funny. I love handbags. So funny. You're wondering, handbags is what we call it when like there's a scuffle or a disagreement, we like to call it. Rock the ball, rock the ball. Alright, we're gonna skip forward a bit because this is going on way too long now. Fucking hell. The amount of scrum resets is hysterical. There's still 2 minutes on the clock. Well, 2:10. Good carry there from the forward for Wales. They have a chance now to go around to the outside, but they've let the ball go. They've let the ball go. They fucked it. No, they fucked. They're dragging her face along the floor. Oh my god.
It's exciting playing
Oh my
to
god,
take
what the
it
fuck
out
was
to
that? They just picked her up and just dragged her across the floor like she was a corpse. What the fuck?
a performance of real intelligence.
This is funny.
Tactical intelligence.
Player leaving her feet. Yeah, she definitely left her feet. They picked her up and dragged her across the grass. Give her a fucking skid mark on her face. That's brilliant. Jesus Christ, that is funny. Just dragging her face along the ground is just hysterical to me.
Yeah, you've got to credit the Blackburns. They've nullified every single threat that Wales have had.
Yeah, they have. Whatever offence they've had, it's gone completely skew with.
Start to finish, and this penalty very early on. Very
Also, I failed to mention Wales had a second yellow card for someone deliberately knocking the ball downwards. It's just like, okay. I mean, that's desperation, I'm sure, but for fuck's sake, you don't knock it downwards.
trouble the scorer in this second half.
Wales still in possession after this line out by New Zealand. Thrown it very far to the wing. Kind of an odd pass off. You should have just caught that, love, and took the tackle. Could have knocked that on if you weren't careful. It doesn't matter, it's gone to New Zealand's side. No, offside. That's advantage to New Zealand. 20 seconds left and New Zealand can just hold on to this ball until the game's over. Excuse me. It's been dropped. It's okay, it's been regathered by New Zealand. Just pass. Oh, come on. Come on. The winger managed to push over a prop. What is Wales doing? It's like she just fell over when she tried fending her off. One last chance for Wales to fuck up. Most definitely. Here they come. Here they come. 3 passes. The prop being pulled down to her knees. For some reason, the prop decides to chip and kick it to New Zealand so they can kick it out. Okay. The 14 winger is now just rushing to the line. This is interesting. New Zealand like, alright, you want to keep playing? We can keep playing. We don't care. Off to you. Off to you. Passing it to the 10. To the 8. Knocked it on. Wales' ball again. What the fuck is going on? This is like a big fucking skew whiff of a game. What the fuck? No, I'm sorry. If that's a knock on, that's game. Ref, if that's a knock on, that's game. You're in the red, woman. They've kicked it out. Fucking face of the Welsh woman. She's like, I done goofed. I done goofed. It just looks dead at the camera. I was like, oh, I done goofed. Oh, I thought this game was going to be pointless to watch. Oh, it's made my day so far. The New Zealand bird, she's just like. you knew what was going on. Oh God, so many opportunities wasted by Wales. A brilliant day for the Black fans. Confusion all around. Fucking handbags. It's all got the. It's got it all basically. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. Well, thank you for watching this episode, lads and ladies. We're going to go to Italy, taking on France now for our second episode of the day. Looking like France might possibly destroy Italy, but you never know. Italy could come back. Italy could possibly shock the world and probably defeat France. I'd rather it be Italy than France, to be honest, but, you know, we'll have to find out. So, with that, lads and ladies, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, my friends.